training.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hi, how y'all doing? It's Tuesday. Hey, Nick, how's life?
I'm doing good, thank you. And yourself?
Good, thank you. Glad to hear it. Okay, today we're continuing our FileMaker Go series. Actually, we're finishing it up tomorrow. But today and tomorrow we are basically finishing up our FileMaker Go series with Nick, which has been awesome. If you'd like to support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. Feel free to pick up one of our training video options. About 100 plus hours of content. The basic one includes stuff on Pro, Server, and the Go/WebDirect. And then the Plus has included extra video courses, like Nick did a course on UI design a couple years back. Some stuff on the old certification test, which is actually interesting purely from a learning. There's some stuff that you don't really know. Certification tests had a habit of asking questions about really obscure parts of FileMaker that you really wouldn't know otherwise. So it's an interesting discussion. As well as some other stuff I'm not remembering off the top of my head. And this includes the annual subscription actually includes FileMaker with it. If you don't have FileMaker somehow, or if you're just stopping by and going like, do I want to get this? There's an option of acquiring FileMaker right there. I think we're good. Nick, what are we doing today?
Yeah, so what we do today, we do the second day on iPad. Okay, um, so the difference between iPhone and iPad is not that big, right? So yesterday we talked about that the difference between an iPad and iPhone is the real estate, right? So and the screen real estate, which is small in one in the phone, smaller, and larger in iPad, and much larger in the desktop. But iPad and iPhone, they share many specifics. Okay. First of all, they share how we handle the device. Okay, so we handle the device the same way. We are not at the desk. We are standing. We can be seated, but in different way than we are seated in the in front of the computer, right? So it's very different. So we have the same touch screen, so we have the same impediment of the keyboard popping in the screen. We have no pointer. There's a pointer is a finger, right? So we share that between iPhone and iPad, and mostly if you build something for iPhone, it will work as is on the iPad. The difference will be the navigation, and it will be also when you handle the device in different orientation. I don't have this concern too much with the phone. When you rotate the phone like this, portrait, landscape, but on an iPad, yes. On the iPad, it is very important to learn how to manage the real estate to make sure that we can enjoy, and take advantage of the real estate. Okay. Otherwise, you will waste space, and you will have a complex and difficult usage, user interface, and workflow for you user, because you're not using all the real estate. Of course, we cannot say build for desktop and then put that on an iPad. No, we cannot do that. The interaction is completely different. We cannot do that. We cannot say I build for desktop and then I make this for iPad. No, you can't. We can say I build for iPhone. I build for a phone and then I put on a tablet. That way we can do. We can even do from tablet to phone. But my experience told me that it's easier if you need for both device. Okay, if you need for both iPhone and tablet, you need to start with phone and then you do the tablets. Don't do the other way, because building for the phone, that will give you more inspiration, let's say, in terms of design, that will be correct, that will fit iPad as well. You know, when you build for an iPad, you might not have the same intuition building something, designing something that will work well for the phone. But if you build for the phone, it will work, and it works well on the phone, it will work perfectly on the iPhone, on the iPad. Okay, so iPhone first, then iPad. The difference between the free platform, you know, desktop, tablet, and phone, the difference will be its real estate. And that being said, when you think a layout for iPad, iPhone, you need to think about, you need to picture it in terms of columns, right? So let me share my screen again here, and I will explain that to you, what we talk about columns. What I'm doing right now is a little recap, right? But it's important to know list, contact, phone, copy. Okay. On the phone, you will have one column. Okay, so you have one column, so you have lists, and when you click here, it brings you here, right? So you have one column at a time because the phone is small, right? On the iPad, what we did, right? It's combining this with this. So you have two columns, okay? Correct? So you can, if you use the iPad in landscape mode, this is landscape, yeah. No, this is portrait, landscape mode, right? We can assume you have three columns, right? But in my example, I have only two, but you can say, yeah, you know, I can have three columns in landscape, not in portrait. You know, in portrait, if I do that, go to portrait. In portrait, you have only two, which was in my example here, we just copy paste this here and then copy paste this here. And boom, you have your iPad layout, right? So do we have any question about what we talked about yesterday?
Nope, not at the moment, so you're good to go.
No? Okay. Okay. So here we have a master detail type of right? We have a master detail. What this is? Okay. We have a master detail organization here. So you have a list here, and then when you tap a record here, it shows a record here, right? So that's the master detail stuff. Okay. So now something I want to show you, which is important, right? So let's say I want to take advantage of all my real estate as much as possible. Okay. Most of the time, we don't really need this list here full time there, right? So sometimes we just need it. We want to call it, use it, and then go away. Okay. So, and especially here, my demonstration will be, I want this list in the landscape layout. So let's close this. In the landscape layout, I want this because I have more real estate here, right? But in portrait like this, I don't want this list here. I want the full real estate for, you know, by myself. Okay. So I want all the real estate. But when I'm in landscape, right, I want this list to appear. So how we do that? Okay. So I'm going to build that in front of you, and then we can enjoy it. Right. So I can remove those. I can put that here. Right. And Let's align it well. Okay. So here I am in landscape. So in landscape mode, I want the list, right? But in portrait, I want this list to go away, right? So here we do. So I'm going to the portrait layout, right? And I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. I'm going to get rid of it. So now I will have all my real estate, right, for this. Oops. Let's select all. So I have all my real estate for this. And I have more real estate for something else, right? I can have something else here. Can be whatever you want, right? And so here I can have something else, right? So that's the reason why I'm doing this, right? So, because I want to show you, to demonstrate many things here. So we have now this here. So I'm going to make this like this. Okay. Like this, like this. Okay, we're good. The button here. Background. Those. Okay. And this. So I can do this. And add, no, we need to stop at 5. Okay. Okay, so now I have my layer. And this here, so you see here, I have 2 columns, right? I have 1 column here, and I have another column here for something else. I don't know. You can put whatever you want, okay? And here you need to decide which column will stretch or not if you have a bigger iPhone, a bigger iPad or small iPad, so you can decide that this column will expand, right, with the auto sizing, and this one will stay. So you will have something like this. So you have something like this, right? So you have a portrait layout like this, right? And if you have an iPad a little bit bigger, it will do like this, okay? It will stretch, right? This here is stretching, right? So this is your layout, right? In portrait mode. But now, what can I do to get, so let's put this here. What can I do to get my lists back, right? Well, you can move that here. So I'm going to remove this because I don't need that, right? I can even do something like this. So we have even more real estate here, right? I'm going to give you the file, so I want this to be clean. And we do like this, right? And we are going to build a nice and awesome. Here, we have a button here, and we are going to use the burger icon, okay? Oh, can use this one. So the burger icon like this, right? We are going to make it 100% round. And we are going to change the icon in white. And we are going to put this in blue, right? And we are going to, the hover state, we don't care. The press state we care darker. Okay. And we are going to make it here. And we are going to make this 40/40, right? This icon a little bit smaller. Like this or like this, okay? And we put that here, okay? So this burger icon, right, will open a window in a car style, right? Don't use a popover for that. It was necessary in the past, but now we have our car style window. So let's build the car style window, okay? So the car style window, right? Let me open my contact list here. This is contact list, yeah. So the car style window will be a layout, will be this layout. It's the contact list I built for the iPhone I duplicate, right? And that will be my car style window for iPad, exactly as it is. So that is the contact list tablets, right? So it's exactly the same layout that I built for the iPhone, right? So that's the beauty. Is that I'm going to reuse exactly the same thing. So everything that I have here, I'm going to reuse it as is. That's the beauty, okay? With slight differences, but the design will be the same and everything is the same, right? I'm not using the same layout because it's more comfortable to have another one in case, because some interaction, some script will be different and it's easier to have a different layout for that, okay? So how it works now, right? So I have another layout for the tablet, right? Which opened in another window, I don't know why. So this is the layout for my tablets. So when I open this, right? When I open this, I do a new window, the single script step, new window, car style, using my new layouts, contact list for tablets. I don't want the close. We can dim the parent window. That could be nice, right? And of course, I need to make sure the window goes to the top right, top left side border, okay? So distance from the top, 0. Distance from the left, 0. I want that to be on the border here, right? So I want the window to come here, right? Of course, the width, I don't want to increase the width. I want the width the same as this, right? But I'm going to increase the height. I want the height to be exactly the size of the screen. I want the height to occupy all, to be displayed on all the height of the screen, right? So you do this, get window content 8, right? So let's see how this works. So I have my window. This is my iPad layout. I click here, boom, right? And here I stuck myself because I don't have a close window. Okay, so I need a close. Okay, so you here, right? So you have this. So it's exact. We have exactly all the goodness that we built for our the iPad, right? But we have some differences here because now we have to change some stuff, and I'm going to show you. Okay. But first, I need to put a close window because we need to on the okay. On the iPad, unfortunately, I did a mistake. I launched the update of the system in my iPad, and it takes so long, and I don't want to start it because otherwise it will drain all my bandwidth. So, but anyway, on the iPad, to dismiss this window, right? You just have to tap outside here. Okay, you tap outside, it dismisses the window. Okay, so let's simulate that for now. Okay, and have when we do new window here, we put the close window. Okay, so if you click the close window option, you have this icon on desktop, right? But on the iPad, you won't have an icon. On the iPad, you tap outside on the gray zone. That dismisses the window. I wish we could have this on the desktop as well, but FileMaker wants to what's the name? They don't want us to. They don't want to please us. Okay, so I can put that here. Okay, so now what is the difference here? So now I have all the goodness that we built on the iPhone layout, right? So that's why it's good. Now you understand what I was saying about building iPhone first, and then you get all the goodness for the iPad. Because you build for the iPhone, then you copy paste whatever you want from the iPhone, you combine them together on one layout, and boom, you have your layout. The iPad built. You want to build like a burger menu like this without building anything, right? Boom, copy paste, duplicate layout, boom, it's there. With some differences, but I'm going to show you, right? So so far, do we have any questions?
Not at the moment. Someone's just saying that there should be an option to dismiss clicking outside.
That's an option too. On the desktop, no.
Oh.
On iPhone and on desktop, you cannot do this. But on iPhone and iPad, if you click on the new window on the cast tile, you click a close window option, right? On the desktop, it brings a button here automatically, this cross here. But on the iPad and iPhone, you don't have this button. What you have is you tap outside and it dismisses the window. It's close the window on an iPad and iPhone only. So here we have, do we have another one?
Nope, you're good at the moment. So.
Okay, so all of this will work. The search will work. So I have the search, right? So all the goodness we built for the iPhone is there. The only thing we need to take care of now is here, this. Because this also open a new window, and it's a car style window. We cannot open a car style window if you already have a car style window showing on the layout. We have a car style window because this is a car style window. So I cannot open this. So for the iPad, where we have more real estate than an iPhone, it is okay to use. So let me bring the card here, the sort card. It is okay to use this, a popover, because we have more space, right, on an iPad that we have, that we have on an iPhone. So we can use this, okay? So remove this. We put this, the sort option here. Where is the sort stuff? Okay. So it is okay to use this, okay? So I come here, so bring this like this. I copy this, right? And I paste it, right? So I can do this like this, and I can do this, right? So this is what you will get on the, what's the name? On an iPad. Now, this design, white on white, it's a little bit too much, okay? So I suggest that we build this, so we give more accent to this type of popover, okay? So, and we can do something like this, right? This works well, right? So you have a better, vision when this is on top, okay? So this is not a closed window, obviously. It's a closed popover. Huh? And here we have a difference. It's not a closed window, right? It's a closed popover, but I don't want to build another script for that. So how we do this, right? So I never remember which one is between. I never remember. I never ever remember this. Let's open the help, and we are going to use, or actually I can use this because we have many ways, but I have the current platform, right? That will tell me if it's desktop, phone. Remember, I built this. It's better to use this anyway. When you do the starter scripts, so the starter scripts, the startup scripts here at the beginning, I'm deciding what is what. Okay, so we set the current platform here, right? Where's the current platform? I don't see it. Get system. Where's the? I built it, no? Obviously, I did it because I have this current platform here. Okay. So when we start the starter script, when the starter script is launched, when we open the file, this get device here will return if it's a known desktop, tablet, phone. So I know when it's tablet, or I know when it's phone. So in the script, the sort, I say if current platform, right? So this, this variable here, this current platform variable here, right? So if it's current platform equal, right? Phone, I want this. Else, if this equal tablets, well, I want close popover. Okay? So this is what I want. When close window, when it's a phone, right? Or if current platform is tablet, close popover, right? So it will do either way. If you're on the phone, it will close the window using this script otherwise. But for my demo, since I am on desktop, I don't want to be stuck. So I assume that it's, I'm putting desktop, otherwise it won't work for my demo. Yeah. So I took care of this, right? So I have one script that for the free sorts. That's why it's good to have one script and for the sort and do it that way, 1, 2, 3, with options, with parameters, okay? Because I have one script and that's it. So I modify that for one script. You don't want to have 3 scripts, right? You have only one script and then you say 1 for this one, 2, and 3. And then with the parameter you say, okay, the sort keys is this, depending on what you want. And this is obviously a close popover, right? So now, remember what I told you that we want to, now what I want to do, I want to remove that button and place this one instead, in place of this, right? So first, I'm going to put the coordinate of this. Okay. So I have a group, remember, because it's a group to hide and show things, but I don't want to stress for that. I want to do that easily. I want to get rid of this object from that group and replace by this one within the group. So here are my group here, right? So I ungroup this, right? And you see now, before, sorry. You know that we can edit object in the group without ungrouping. So you select the group and then you click again, and then you can, select object. You see it's dashed here, right? So that means now you are editing inside the group, right? So that one way you can do that. That means you can select the object and then delete it without ungroup. Or you can go here and use the tree, right? Right. And then you can delete the object. Now my object is deleted. I want to place this, right? So I place this in 243, 349. So it's exactly the same space, the same place, right? Actually, it was a little bit like this. Okay. It was smaller, the object, right? So I have the object is at the same space, same place, but I want to include that object inside this group. But, right, be careful. We have a name on the group. So you copy the group of the name of the group, because ungrouping, you're going to lose the group name. So you copy it, you ungroup, you don't touch anything, you hold the shift key, you add this, and you regroup. And then you paste the name. So I replace a button by a popover in my iPad list. So demo. Oh, I need to put this here. Okay. Boom. Now, if I sort, I need to let's put a prominence, so I can do this, copy, paste. The press, I do the opposite, blank, blue, that folder pressed and in focus. Now I have a style here. I can copy the style, paste here, and paste here. So now I have a good style, right? So I click here and I tap, tap, tap. And if I sort by name, boom, right? It goes away. It closes the popover. Sort by title, it close. So how it works if I'm here in the context, right? So I have my burger, I click my burger, and I can sort this by name, sort this by title, sort this by accounts. So what? So why this is better? Why this is better than having the window, the master detail like I have here, right? This is what landscape. Oh, I put that on the landscape. It's okay. I want to. It needs to be on the portrait, but that's okay. Why it doesn't open? Oh, because this one. So why is better than having the landscape here? Because here it is a portal. So it's slightly harder to get a search box, a little bit harder. But also what I don't have when I sort, I don't have this. I don't have the sub summary here because this is it's a portal. It's not a list view. Here I'm in a list view. It's a window, it's a class style window showing a list view. Correct? So that this is better. So we have all the goodness of a list view, right? Correct? So you tap here and you have this. So do we have any question?
Not at the moment. I assume people are following along. Let me know if you guys have questions, comments, concerns. But you're good currently, Nick.
Okay. So now we're good because we have this, right? So I can do whatever I want. I can even select, delete. All of this works. All of this works, right? So, oops. Yeah, so I need to kick me out. Oh, that difference. That's a different story. So let's open it. So yeah, so you understand what I want, what I want to demonstrate here, right? It's that first you build for iPhone and then you get the iPad, for free pretty much. So let me open this back. Okay. And then you have a better usage of the real estate because you have this burger that pop. And okay. So everything is much more comfortable. But now we have to take care of something that I know that many of you have some problem with this. And I'm going to show you. So I stopped sharing my screen, don't worry. And I'm going to show. The difficulty here is to transfer the selection of a record from one window to another. So let me explain. So I am in the tablet for portrait. So what I want to do here, right? Here in this situation, I am in Scott Kane record. And I want to navigate to another record. So I open my hamburger menu and I want to tap on this Nick Hunter record. But the action will be, I select the contact, I close this, and I go to Nick Hunter, right? So how we do that, right? We use a relationship. It's a self-join relationship, right? That means from contact table to contact table, right? So to itself. I use a field, it's a global field, where I'm going to put the ID of the contact I want to go, right? And this relationship will bring me to the contacts I want to go. Correct? Okay. So how we do that? So the relationship is there, right? So I'm going to have a script because I will have more than one script step. And here, right, I will duplicate this. And this is go to contact, correct? So you know now that for debug purposes, I like to do this, right? And this will come, right? I want the contact, I want the ID contact. Right? I'm setting the fields that I'm going to use in the relationship with this variable. I close the window. Remember, I am in a burger. I am in a casa window, close. And I say go to relate records using my relationship self, this one, like this. Okay, right? So I just have this. I collect the ID, I set the field, the global, I close the window, and then thanks to that global, I will use this. So now I'm going to my car style window layout, and I'm going to change that button here to be, I don't have this sluggishness on other files, so I don't know. So we do have any questions since I have to wait for that.
Yes. Why set a variable then set the global field with the variable? Is it better than doing this directly?
Yes, it's better. I'm going to show. I explained that many times, but I will continue because it's a good practice. So that's why I want to insist on this. Okay, so I can remove the word parameter here because I don't use parameters. So why doing this? So let's say I'm here, right? I'm here. And I want to debug a script, right? You click, you debug, and then you have the variable. It's there. So it's there. I can read it. I know it. I know you have the field here, but it's not the same. It's more comfortable to have the variable here. And I notice also that it's a good practice because sometime in the script, you can reuse that ID, right? So you can need it for other things. But in general, because here I have only two fields, but sometimes you have many fields, right? Here. It's hard to read. So here, current contact ID, boom, right? Is there. So it's because I have the variable. So I know this will be the ID I'm going to use in the global field. That's it. And it's better also to make sure that it's better to read. Here we have a simple script, but in general, if you have a more complex script, it's easier to read, right? Correct? Okay. So I'm setting the global field here. I close the window and then I go to the related records, right? So let's do it. So I set the global, I close the window, but I'm in Nick Hunter already. So let's say I'm going there. I'm going to Scott Kane. I click here and I want to go to Nick Hunter. I click here, close the window, boom, Nick Hunter. So when you don't debug, it's doing this. Marge, boom, David Angel, boom, Scott Kane, right? So I have my burger functioning very well now, right? Correct? So, and this is a really good practice to have the burger in the portrait mode. So in practice, here I'm in landscape. I don't have the burger in landscape because I'm in landscape. But when I am in portrait, boom, I don't have the list anymore. But if I want it, I click here, I have the list. Right? So landscape, I have this. Portrait, I have this, and boom. And then in portrait, I can use all my real estates. And that's good, you know. And here in portrait, I have more goodness. I can sort like this, and I have the, you know, the letter. I have this sub-summary and stuff like this, right? So, and you have the search and you have everything because I took this from the iPhone layout, right? So, questions?
Always your link transfers a global?
Yes, always. Yes, because this is a shared file on the server. If it's not a global, let's say I have 3 people. I have myself, Marge, and the boss connected to that solution. And I'm setting the fields with the ID of Nick Hunter. But at the same time, Marge is setting the field with Scott Kane. So you have a conflict here, and you will say, oh yeah, but the field is maybe you have also, the record is open. We need to wait March to close to commit the record before we can modify the record. When you have a global, we don't care if the record is open by somebody else, it's a global. It don't care. Open or not open, the record, it will modify the file, the field. We put the field and use it for the relationship. So that's why we all those navigational whatever utility fields that you need for relationships, that are individual, that are for each person connected under each user connected on the solution. It needs to be a global. Right. And there's no problem being a global. I mean, it's at the contrary, it's harder. There's much more, there's much more problems to not making that a global, right? Always a global, always. Okay, so we are right on time, and so if we don't have a question, we can land the enterprise. We can dock it.
Works for
And
me.
yeah. and we see tomorrow for the last day. So tomorrow we do like a review of everything, and we'll play a little bit with the iPad. I will talk about tomorrow. I will talk about keyboards. Okay.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So I will talk about keyboard, and I will show you that on the phone more than an iPad. We talk about custom keyboards. That would be interesting too.
Cool. That'll be awesome. Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you everyone for coming. We will see you tomorrow at the same time as always.
Yeah, same time, same space.
Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.